You walk into your home after a long, exhausting day. Your brain is loud. Your body is heavy. The world asked too much of you today, and you gave more than you had. You drop your bag. You sit down. And then, out of nowhere, a small, warm body appears. No questions, no expectations, no how was your day that you have to perform an answer to. Just a quiet, soft presence that curls up next to you, presses into your side, and starts to purr. And in that exact moment, something in your chest loosens. Your shoulders drop. Your breathing slows. And for the first time all day, you feel safe. If you know exactly what I'm describing, this video is for you. Because your love for cats is not random. It is not just a preference. It is deeply connected to your personality, your nervous system, and the way your brain processes the world. And today, I am going to explain exactly why. Let us start with the most important thing cats offer that almost no human can: silent companionship. Most social interaction requires something from you. Even with people you love, there is an invisible contract. You have to respond. You have to match energy. You have to perform being okay even when you are falling apart inside. Socializing, even good socializing, costs energy. But a cat rewrites that contract entirely. A cat sits with you and asks for nothing. No words, no eye contact, no emotional labor. They are simply there, warm and alive, sharing the same space in the same silence. For introverts, overthinkers, and people with social anxiety, this is not a small thing. This is everything. It is the experience of being with another living being without the exhaustion of performance. Psychologists call this parallel presence, the act of existing alongside someone without the demand to interact. And for sensitive nervous systems, parallel presence is one of the most healing experiences possible. Now here is where it gets fascinating. Research has shown that the sound of a cat purring vibrates at a frequency between 25 and 150 hertz. And that specific frequency range has been scientifically proven to promote healing. It lowers blood pressure. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. It triggers the release of serotonin and oxytocin, the chemicals your brain associates with safety and love. In other words, when your cat curls up on your chest and purrs, your body is not just relaxing. It is literally entering a healing state. Your heart rate slows. Your muscles release tension. Your nervous system shifts from fight or flight into rest and repair mode. That is not poetic exaggeration. That is neuroscience. Your cat is not just comforting you emotionally. Your cat is physically repairing your body. But the connection between cat lovers and their cats goes even deeper than biology. There is a powerful psychological reason why certain personality types are drawn to cats over other animals. And it comes down to one word: autonomy. Cats are independent. They do not beg for constant attention. They do not perform loyalty on command. They come to you on their own terms, and they leave when they need space. And if you are someone who values your own independence, your own space, your own emotional boundaries, you see yourself in that behavior. You do not want a companion that needs you every second. You want a companion that chooses to be near you, not because they are dependent, but because they genuinely want to. When a cat walks across the entire room, ignores every other option, and chooses to sit on your lap specifically, that feels earned. That feels real. That feels like the only kind of love that makes sense to you. Quiet, voluntary, and without pressure. There is another reason cat lovers feel so deeply connected to their cats that most people never talk about. Cats are masters of nonverbal communication. They do not use words. They use body language. A slow blink means trust. A head bump means affection. A tail wrapped around your leg means, "You are mine." And for people who are highly sensitive, who pick up on energy and subtle cues more than words, this language feels more honest than anything a human has ever said to them. You do not have to guess what a cat means. There is no sarcasm. There is no hidden agenda. There is no passive aggression disguised as politeness. A cat that loves you shows it with pure, unfiltered behavior. And a cat that does not want to be near you simply walks away. There is a brutal, beautiful honesty in that. And for people who are exhausted by the complexity and performance of human social dynamics, that honesty is like oxygen. Now let us talk about something deeper, something that might hit close to home. Many people who deeply love cats have experienced loneliness, anxiety, or emotional pain that they could not easily share with other humans. Maybe you grew up in a home where emotions were not safe to express. Maybe you learned early that being vulnerable with people leads to judgment or rejection. Maybe you struggle with social anxiety and the idea of opening up to another person feels terrifying. But a cat does not judge. A cat does not interrupt. A cat does not tell you to just get over it. A cat just sits with you in your darkest moments, purring as if to say, "I am here. That is enough." For many people, their cat was the first living being that made them feel unconditionally accepted. Not for what they said or did, just for existing. And that bond is sacred. That is not silly or dramatic. That is survival. Research also shows something remarkable about cat owners and emotional intelligence. People who prefer cats over dogs tend to score higher on measures of openness, sensitivity, and independent thinking. They tend to be more introspective, more creative, more comfortable with solitude. This does not mean dog lovers lack these traits. It simply means that the personality profile of a typical cat lover aligns with someone who processes the world deeply, values inner peace over external stimulation, and finds meaning in quiet, subtle connections rather than loud, obvious ones. In other words, you do not love cats despite being a deep thinker. You love cats because you are a deep thinker. The same brain that overthinks, that feels everything intensely, that needs alone time to recharge, is the same brain that recognizes a cat as the perfect emotional companion. And here is something beautiful that most cat lovers experience but rarely put into words. Routine. Your cat wakes you up at the same time every morning. Your cat reminds you to eat because they need to eat. Your cat forces you to get out of bed because they are sitting on your chest staring at you. For people who struggle with depression, anxiety, or executive dysfunction, these tiny rituals are lifelines. Your cat gives your day a gentle structure without making it feel like a demand. They give you a reason to get up, a reason to move, a reason to exist in the present moment instead of spiraling into your thoughts. Many therapists actually recognize this. The simple act of caring for a cat can significantly reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety because it pulls you out of your head and into a small, manageable act of love. But perhaps the most powerful reason you love your cat so much is the simplest one. Your cat chose you. In a world where you constantly wonder if people actually like you, if your friends really want you there, if you are too much or not enough, your cat removes all doubt. They walked up to you. They sat on you. They fell asleep on you, which is the ultimate sign of trust from an animal that is hardwired to stay alert. Your cat looked at the entire world and decided that you, specifically you, are their safe place. And for someone who has spent their whole life feeling like they do not quite belong, that small, quiet, furry act of choosing is the most profound love you have ever received. So, no, you are not just a cat person. You are someone whose nervous system finds peace in silence and presence. You are someone whose heart recognizes honesty in the smallest gestures. You are someone who understands that love does not have to be loud to be deep. Your cat is not just a pet. Your cat is proof that you are worthy of love exactly as you are. Quiet, sensitive, overthinking, and all. If this video described your relationship with your cat, leave a comment and tell me their name. I want to hear about them. Subscribe for more psychology that explains who you are and why you feel the way you do. I will see you in the next one.